Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Well, happy Tuesday. And thanks so much for joining our call tonight. I was actually thinking right before I was logging in how excited I am. I love our team's calls. I love seeing you guys call in and just kind of getting together. I just absolutely am so grateful for all of you, especially times like now. I think it's nice when we can all kind of log in and see each other's faces and, just get together. So I am super excited for tonight. We have special guests tonight, and I know a lot of you might not have heard Randi and Tony's story yet. So I'm really excited for you to just get to know them and hear a little bit more about how they got started with Isagenix. And I know in the write-up that I did in our group page today, I shared that, Isagenix was started 18 years ago, and they can correct me if I have it off a little bit, but I believe there were 5 different either people or couples that were given
5,000.
Oh, there was 5,000 the very first time?
That were in when we came in, yeah.
And only 2 of you stuck with it?
No. Some of them.
Okay. I thought there was 5 people that got the very first. Oh, okay. So I did have it wrong. So you guys don't have to see it. But you guys stuck with it.
No, we came in when there was 3 or 4 or 5,000 people in the company when we came in.
It hadn't taken off yet.
But it hadn't taken off yet.
Okay.
And, there was, we weren't there right at the very beginning.
Oh, okay. So there I learned something new. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Everybody thinks that because
well, probably because you were the very first millionaires in the company.
Yeah.
So what I love is not only did they hit millionaire within 10 months, and just to paint a picture for you guys, it wasn't social media. It wasn't anything like we have now. And the compensation plan was so different, right? You guys didn't have all these upfront bonuses or all that upfront money. So this was just getting down and building networks and creating that leverage. So they did this in 10 months, and it was belly to belly. It was presenting in front of groups of people, and just so much hustle and so much hard work paving the way. But not only did they earn that first million in 10 months, what I love about their story is the longevity of it. And as of now, it's been 18 years, and they have earned, let me see, because I don't want to mess up on my notes. They're approaching $28 million earned with this company, guys. So it's not just, I made my $1 million and okay, yeah, it fizzled away, and then I'm going to jump to the next thing, or I'll just sit back and whatever. They really stuck with it, and they've seen so much growth with this company. They've seen so many rising leaders come up. Every leader that you guys see on stage training, Randi and Tony have met. They're somehow connected to them. So it's just so inspiring, because it wasn't only that they got to work and they hustled and they built this foundation, they actually stayed with it. So $28 million they have earned with this company. And I don't know about you guys, but that's the kind of longevity that I desire. That's the kind of freedom that Rod and I want for our lives, for our girls. So I just thought it'd be great, one, for you guys to hear their story. So they are parents of Sean Escobar, which I know a lot of you guys have either met Sean or we've had calls with him before. And, I know not everybody's heard their story, but not only just to share their story a little bit, but I really want them to talk to us a little bit about giving us advice. We're in a really different time right now. So I wanted to just kind of hear what they have to say, because they're such experts at this. They're such professionals. They've been through this 18 years. So they've seen up, down, they've seen people come and go. And what I like to hear from them is the people that stay and the people that make it and are so successful. What is it that they're doing? What do they see different in those people than the ones that maybe come in real hot, make some money and leave? And so I'm excited to just hear a little bit more about that from you guys, and also, maybe some advice of what we can do now in this time. So first, just if you guys can maybe take us back 18 years ago, you don't really know what Isagenix is and how you kind of got started and what life was like before that.
Okay. Hey, first of all, I want to thank you for having us on your call. If any of you got to see Gina when she was teaching at Isagenix at the last event, she was the best on the stage of all of the young people that spoke. We were so impressed with her. She was so professional. We were so excited. We were cheering for you before you got up there. But when you started, we were just mesmerized by how you've matured as a leader, and you have a great leader. She's amazing. She cares more about you than her own breath. And that's, I mean, she's keeping you alive, you guys, because she cares about her team. And we couldn't ask for better leadership than you and Rod have given this team. And you're so willing to give your time to everyone's team. And we appreciate that. And those little girls are my ISA girls. So everybody prayed for your little darling when she was in trouble, and she was a miracle, and we're grateful to have your family in Isogenics. For me, it's an interesting journey. Right before we started into Isogenics, September 11th, it would be in 2002, I was asleep one morning, and I got awakened by a phone call, and I got up, and it was somebody I knew and loved, and they said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm at home." They said, "Turn on the TV." And so I did. I switched it on, and I saw the second plane hit the tower, and I thought it was war. I was stunned. I couldn't even wake Tony up. I was so stunned. I sat there and I watched that, and I thought, what on earth is going on? Not to mention that Sean was in Virginia at the time. And I thought, oh my gosh, what is going on? And it just shattered me. I sat there for a long time thinking, I can't believe this is real. This can't be real. And so anyway, we watched what unfolded, all the people that were lost. All of us went through it together as a nation. We all grieved, and we all started to rebuild. And I didn't realize that experience was going to have such a profound effect on our lives in so many ways. But one of the things that happened shortly after that is we were a small business that we started 20 years before Isogenics. It was a family business. Tony had a line of products, and we sold to pharmacies and health food stores. So I called up pharmacies and health food stores out of the phone book, Yellow Pages, and asked them if they would carry our products. And a lot of them were really nice to me. I think they felt sorry for me because this was my first business experience in sales. And they carried our line of products. A lot of pharmacies, a lot of clinics, a lot of doctors' offices. And we had built this business we were so proud of. My children helped ship. It was a family business. And I loved it. And it was like my other child. And all of a sudden, we couldn't get any product, any raw material to fill our orders. In January and February of that year, everybody kept saying, "Are you going to lay off all of us off?" Because we had no money coming in. We almost lost everything we owned. All of a sudden, Twin Labs, Shift, the big conglomerates got all of the raw materials to make their supplements. We didn't have enough in-house to continue. I second mortgaged our house. I kept every one of our staff, and Tony started getting on a plane on Sunday night or Monday morning and flying down to Arizona and staying the whole week till Friday doing consulting for other companies. And I ran the business at home. I picked him up every Friday night. He gave me his check. I went to the bank. I put it in, and I told my people, my staff, all of our employees, okay, here's your check. Don't cash it till Monday morning. And we lived on what was left, and there wasn't much left. And so we were running scared and trying to keep our kids thinking everything was all right. We didn't know what to do. And I had been praying. I was scared. I was in total fear mode. And everything went through my mind. What are we going to do? Oh my gosh, I'll go wait tables, which I have done many times in my life to help out. I'll do anything, but what are we going to do? We were losing a business we'd spent 20 years building, and it was profitable, and we were losing our home. And out of nowhere, this box landed on my doorstep, and I noticed it was from Arizona, and I opened it, and it had a 9-day system in it. Before I opened it, when I saw the label of who it was from on my porch, I looked at Tony and I said, "This is it." And he said, "What?" And I said, "This is the answer to my prayers. This is it. We've got it. This is something special." And he's laughing, and we opened it up, and it's a 9-day kit. It was in bottles that were badly labeled. I mean, nothing like what we have today. It had a tape measure in there, and it had a couple of pieces of white paper with directions on how to use it that were badly photocopied. We thought they need to change their cartridge soon. And he's laughing out loud at me, and I said, "No, it really is it." And he said, you don't even know what it is. I said, I know, but I know it's it because I've been looking for something that would, help us survive. And so anyway, I looked at the product. I called John Anderson. I said, what is this? And he explained it to me. And he says, I want you to try it. And I said, I have health issues. I had a hysterectomy when I was 34. I had hypoglycemia. I don't lose weight. I this, I that. And he said, I know. And that's why I want you to try it. And so I went on the system and I thought, what a great gift. I started using it and I had incredible results. And I started sharing with people. People at my gym started saying, did you have liposuction? Because I melted. And I said, absolutely not. I'm going almost through a bankruptcy. I don't think I'm having liposuction. But anyway, I shared with a lot of people. Tony laughed at me. He'll tell you, he laughed at me. He thought I was out of my mind. But I kept sharing it. And pretty soon, more people were walking into our office trying to get a Isagenix 9-day system from us than were coming to buy our other products. And then all of a sudden, I got a check for $750 was my first check. I never cashed it. It's in my office. If you ever see my office, it's on the wall. And then all of a sudden, I started making enough to pay for groceries. Pretty soon, we were making enough to pay the house payment. And pretty soon, we were making enough to pay our employees. And I called all the people that I owed money to, all of our debts. I called every one of them, the lease on our building, everybody, and said, listen, I'm working hard. I don't care, trust me, I'm going to pay you back. I'll pay it all back. Well, in the first year in Isagenix, Tony got on board and wanted to know why the product worked. And we started having meetings and talking about health and wellness and why the product worked. And it had, again, I had purpose. I had a plan. I had something I believed in, and I had passion for it. People were walking up and telling me, thank you for introducing them to Isagenix. All of a sudden, I had people who said, how do you do this? And I said, well, I was just having them come order from the company and have it shipped to them. And that's how I started getting paid. Finally, I had to sit down with Kathy Coover and have her explain the marketing plan to me, because I was the #1 in the company that month. And she says, you don't know the plan? And I said, not really. So she explained it to me, but I kept sharing with purpose and with desire to help people and with the idea that anybody could do this. And to this day, 18 years later, I still believe that. Why I wanted to share that with you is because the first year in the business, we made enough to pay off our debt, which was considerable. I did honor my obligations. I did pay people back. I was thrilled with that. And I paid taxes that year too. The second year, we put away retirement. I was 52 when we started. Tony was 54. We didn't have a retirement plan. Most self-employed people don't unless they build it. Paid everybody back, built a retirement plan the second year. The third year, we were able to start really doing some specific and great things with the income. And then it's gone on since then. But my point is, now we're 18 years down the pike, okay? And the other day when they told us we were going under quarantine, I started feeling the same way I felt when 9/11 hit. I started thinking, what on earth is this about? How are we going to do it? When we went to Costco right after that to get some food to store, I started seeing people, and what were they buying? Jelly beans, candy, all kinds of stuff. They were buying all the stuff that had no nutritional value. So we bought a few things. We did get some toilet paper, which was great, but we were buying things too. But they were buying stuff like candy bars, diet products, Diet Coke, all of this stuff. And Tony started saying, find some nutrition in any of these carts that are going by. And there really wasn't a lot, So when we got home, I looked around me and I thought, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff I've got. So tonight, I don't know if you can see it. I put you a little display down. Can you see that? That's just a little bit of my cupboard I grabbed and threw on my desk today. But I realized that now is one of the best times in the world to build an organization in Isagenix. People are looking for what we have, and more importantly, they're sitting home watching mindless TV, not even funny TV, but old football games. I mean, Tony says, hey, is that a new football game? I said, no, that's 3 years old. They're just putting them up for things to watch. Your kids are like watching cartoons all day, and unless you've got the school on. And all of these things are happening, and they're not using their talents. They're not developing. They're not growing. They're not doing the things that would excite them, and they're getting deeper in debt. And people are not knowing how long they're going to be out of work. Every day, today I got a call from about 10 people who are out of work. They're home, they've been laid off, they're home. What can we do? So Tony and I put together a little program we thought we'd share with you, but we have isogenesis. We have amped. We have a whole amp line for professionals and for people who just want to use it. We have Cleanse for Life, full of minerals. Read what's on the back of our containers, then go read what's on the back of your food that you bought in the boxes and stuff. It's shocking. We have Iso Pro Whey. This whey protein has 30 servings per container, and you're going to get 0 sugar in it, 1 sugar. And you're going to get, let's see, I think it's 14. Okay, this is the Pro. So you're going to get 18 grams of protein in a single scoop. Is that good, Gina? You know? So there's so many things that we have in our line that can help people, and so many people are looking for what we have so they can build a business from their home. There's never been a better time. If you get together with your people who are wondering, what can I do? This is something they can do. Gina's going to be doing some calls, and she's going to want to know if you have people that you want to help that can each bring 2 people to the calls. If 2 new people came from every one of you on the call tonight, how many people would be on this call? Think about it. The way that Tony and I built Isogenics from the ground up, without materials, without any website stuff, without videos, without podcasts, we started with 8 people in our home. Then we moved to 16. Then they told us to become a crystal executive. We did it in 2 weeks. They told everybody they had to do it in 2 weeks. Out of my crystal executives, the 10 people who were my consultants for my crystal executives, 8 of them are millionaires. Many of them are multimillionaires in this company, because we built with passion and purpose. We didn't have a lot of distractions. We just went forward. Now you can't do meetings right now, but Gina can do meetings on Zoom, and she's amazing. You can have special guests on, you can show products, and people can join free and just try our products, and if they don't like them, they can return them. There's no money back guarantee, so they've lost nothing but a little bit of their time listening to something that may interest them, that may change their lives forever, like it did for Tony and I. We went on to make the income that we have made over the last 18 years. We're the number 2 income earner in the company over all this 18 years. And number 1 is my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson, Jimmy Smith. So that's pretty significant. So if you can come in and want to build and want to use the products, while you're sitting at home, look in your cupboard. You might have some good nutrition there. You might feel better. You might be less depressed, and you might be making a move toward a better health. We rode our seated bicycle today. I rode for 80 minutes, Tom. We were kicking. Tony rode. We're doing in-house. Tell Ron, he'll be proud of us. We're doing our little in-house workout. I actually have a Jane Fonda tape. I have yoga tapes. You can do a lot of cool things from your home, girls and guys. You can do a lot of stuff. But if you don't have proper nutrition in your body, over time, your body's going to diminish and you're going to have problems. And we need to be strong to fight this virus. Our products are state of the art. There's so many. The amped, I like my favorite is the tri-release protein. I love that thing. I just love it. I could drink it all day. But start looking around you. Start making good decisions, and then interest other people, because we have something that can change things for the better. I feel this way about Isogenics now. It came into my life in 2002 and rescued my family. I paid off all my debt. I have retirement 9 times over. I'm able to help people every day. I get to do what I want. I get to volunteer where I want for charities. I have time and I have purpose. We feel better and look younger than we did when we started, and most of the people do. And now when this started happening, I started thinking, what positive road can we take with it? How can we share Isogenics with people? How can we invite them to come into Isogenics? And what can we do to grow your downlines to help you have the dreams that I've had and you may want? And don't think you can't do it, because anybody can do this. Anybody. I've seen people who, I had an 80-year-old lady who came into the company, and she's made several $1 million. She's amazing. And all she does is tell people about Isogenics, spend a little time with them, introduce you to our company. People don't know we're here. Let them know we're here. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you tonight. Tony's going to share a quick message. If Gina wants to do this, start a plan. If you guys will support and just bring 2 people, all they have to do is get on their phone and get on the meeting line, and we're going to do the work for you. But the problem is, if you really want to build it, I promised Gina I'd say this, you got to jump all in with both feet. Give it all you've got for a little while, and it will take care of you forever. But you have to make that commitment. And I watched you do that, Gina. I watched you plunge off the diving board into the pool, and you worked your heart and soul out, and you built yourself a backup plan. It's wonderful to have a home-based business because you have a backup plan. And if anything happens, like if you were one of those 10 people that got sent home from work today, you'd be okay. You'd be able to pay your bills, and you'd be able to spend more time building your business while you're home during this hiatus from your job. I hope that you got something out of this tonight. I hope I inspired you in some way. I want to tell you that I love you, and that every one of you who took the time to be on this call, I want you to think about what you can do to better your life while you're going through this crisis in our country, and see where you'll be when it's over. It's going to be amazing to you if you put a little effort in. Tony, I'm going to turn it over to you.
And, I wanted to share a story about Tony and Randy when we first started, and we were a couple months in, and we had introduced a lot of people right away, just out of talking about the products. And we got a text message from Tony and Randy, and they said, we would love to have a call with you guys. And we're like, okay. And we're like Googling them, and we're like, wow, they're really up there in the company. And at this point, you know our story. We really didn't plug into the whole business plan and go to events or any of that stuff early on. So we got to talk to Tony and Randy I think it was actually within a couple of weeks that you guys reached out and wanted to speak to us, because you saw something in us. You saw potential in Rod and I that we didn't recognize back then. But then after, I really saw it, I really got it. I remember talking to Randy and her saying to me, and this is like, I had no idea about the trips. I had no idea about anything really. I really didn't. And Randy said, you have to just build with passion. You have to share with such genuine love and passion for people that that this can help them, and don't get so caught up in their reply or the rejection, because then you're making it about you and your feelings and not about them. And if you can go out and you can do this, I know, Gina, that you're going to be out on the beach in one of these trips next to us. You're going to be right there. I could see it. I remember her really believing that, to the point that I pictured us on a vacation that Isogenics paid for, and the Escobars were there, and I'm there because she believed that I would get there. And this was years ago. And so we have seen the Escobars on many trips now since within the recent years. But I don't know if you remember that, Randy. I think you might have said Maui or something. I don't know, but you were like, we're going to be on the beach. And she's like, I know you are going to make it, Gina. You have to just stay focused, and you have to just really treat this like you're building an empire for your family. And just, that's how you have to treat it. You can't be warm about it. It has to be hot. You can't be dipping one toe in. It's just all in. And so that advice really, truly is what I did. I mean, that's what we did. We just gave it our all, and, we just didn't get caught up in the rejection, and we just had to really stick with our purpose. So I just wanted to tell you that. I still remember that conversation.
I remember it too. And I have to tell you something funny. We went on a Top Achievers, and we went to Atlantis, and we were in Atlantis. And Tony says, Randy, we have to get on a plane in the morning. And we were supposed to be in Atlantis at Top Achievers one more day. And I said, okay, what's wrong? I thought one of the kids needed us. And he said, no, we're flying to Florida and then we're flying home. And I said, okay. And he said, I already made the trip. You have to, be ready to get packed. And I said, why are we leaving early? He said, Gina and Rod Redzanek are putting on a Super Saturday or something. You were doing something at a park or a school.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and I told Rod we'd be there. And I said, really? And I said, you're going to leave Top Achievers? He said, Randi, they're special. We're going to go. So we left a day early. We missed the whole second day, the dinner, everything. Got on thing, got to meet your parents and his parents and your kids. And we left from that, and Tony says, worth every second.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
My parents actually joined after hearing Tony speak, because I don't know if they really understood it until they heard Tony's presentation. Yeah. And then they've been on the products ever since. And my dad especially, I could kind of tear up talking about, but his health has completely transformed since then. So.
And that's the best of all. Oh, the other thing I didn't say at the end is you can order Isagenix and have it delivered to your door as quickly as Amazon delivers junk to your door. So you don't have to worry about going out and finding food. If you have some in your cupboards right now, use your products during this time. It'll help you stay healthier, feel better. And if you need something, that comes right to your door. And I think that's wonderful. They have greens that you don't have to refrigerate. They have things that last, and the relationships will last. So we're so grateful. I see Debbie Shirik's on here too. Anyway, I'm so grateful to be here with you guys tonight. And we see greatness in your team. You have a great leader, and she does have passion. And she jumped in both feet, and you haven't stopped since. And I know that you have a lot of dreams for your daughters and a lot of hope for things for the future. And Gina, they're all coming true. You watch. Let me know as they do.
Well, let me tell you, I'm really humbled to be with you, because I've watched you grow. I've watched you evolve as a leader. And all I can say is I'm really proud of you, and I'm very proud of Rob. You have arrived, and you have evolved, and your team has grown substantially. Well, let me tell you, we're in a very precarious period of time right now, as you're probably aware, okay? And so now is the time to become more creative, more imaginative, okay? And we have to approach this business from a completely different angle. Now, all of you have got a telephone, you have a computer, and you have a voice. And let me tell you, we also have Zoom. And these presentations, these get-togethers that we have, I hate to use the word meetings. I love to use the word get-togethers, these opportunity calls that we have. And we've got an incredible opportunity right now. Now, yeah, this virus is a challenge, but life is full of challenges. And with every challenge, we have the opportunity to learn. We have an opportunity to grow. And, I feel really, really sad for all those people who are affected by this virus. But, let me tell you something. There are two things that people really want right now. And that is health for themselves, health for their families. And they also want income to pay their bills. I just heard today that I think there was this month is something 140,000 people in Florida lost their jobs just this last week or something like that, some crazy figure. Well, these people, they want health for their families, and they want income. And so what have we got? We've got super nutrition. We've got nutrition that will promote good health. We've got nutrition that'll support your immune system. And we've also got an incredible income plan that people will have a marvelous opportunity to build income. through our company. And, you know, let me tell you, people want what we have. They really do. But we have to convince them of that. You see, people don't want to be sold anymore. They want to be inspired. They want to be convinced. They want the knowledge, the wisdom. They want to be amazed. And so as leaders, our job is to talk to these people using our computer, using our telephones, using our voice, and convincing them that what we have, they need, and what we have is going to help them immensely, okay? Now, you have a monopoly on your choices. You have a monopoly on how you think and the way you think, okay? Right now, what we have in this country is anxiety and to a certain extent panic, because people are weary. They're concerned for their families about this virus. And so, but let me tell you something. There's a greater virus out there. It's more dangerous. And that is when people lose hope. And we can't lose hope. We can't lose hope whatsoever, okay? We have great products. We've got a very lucrative compensation plan. We've got unlimited support with dynamic people in it. But you know what else we've got? Timing. The timing is perfect for us because we can share with people what we have that will have an impact on their lives. It really will. And so what I'm saying here is that, you know, STM. I remember coming when I very first met you and Rod, and you had a meeting, and you were a little bit disappointed in that meeting. I remember that. And many, many, many top leaders today had the same experience. Okay? Okay, us included. I remember one time going far away and putting on a meeting that cost me a lot of money, and only one person showed up. I remember putting on a meeting ourselves in Salt Lake City, and only one person showed up. But you remember, I remember when I did that presentation for you, I remember seize the moment. I told you and everybody in that meeting, seize the moment, STM, seize the moment, seize the opportunity, STO. Seize the opportunity, seize the moment, okay? What a great opportunity we've got right now, because the timing is perfect, because people are sequestered in their homes. Okay, they're sequestered in their homes and they don't know what to think. This is something we haven't seen before. Okay, you don't need to feel the anguish and anxiety. To avoid anxiety and panic, you got to stay busy. You see? And so we've got this incredible opportunity right now. And so I'm going to finish because we're over time now. And, you know, but I just want to say again, STM, STO, seize the moment, seize the opportunity, okay? All right? And let me tell you, it's a time to be creative, and it's a time to be innovative, and it's the time to work hard. You know how many times people have asked Randy and I, are you going to retire? And I say, why do we want to retire? This is fun. This is a fun business to be in. I saw you on stage, Gina. You were having fun. It's the first time you've been in front of thousands of people. And I saw you were a little nervous in the beginning. But then what happened? You exploded. It came out. It was fascinating. It was fantastic to see it.
We heard lots of good things.
And we heard, oh, everybody was talking about it.
Tell her she should have been
You
in the
know,
platinum room.
everyone was talking about it. You should have been in the platinum room and heard some of the leaders talk about it. She said, didn't she look dynamic?
Well,
Wasn't
thank
she great?
Where
Where
did she come from?
did she come from? How come we haven't heard of her? You know? Well, let me tell you, every one of you on this call have the opportunity to be where Gina is. And you have an absolutely incredible, incredible leadership. And let me tell you, you guys have to be assertive and use that leadership, especially if you want to grow your business, okay? And you want to have a life filled with joy and happiness and abundance. So
All in.
just remember, things will get better. It's inevitable. It'll get better. This virus will be gone. Our company is doing so well. The last 2-3 weeks, sales are up. You know, in fact, people are buying our products like crazy right now. So the opportunity is there. So here we go again. STM, STO. Seize the moment, seize the opportunity. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank
I love
you so
Gina.
much. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to stay on for a couple minutes, I actually have some advice. And Randy and Tony, you guys don't have to stay if you don't want to, but it's really about the feeling that a lot of you guys have about, are you being insensitive to share? Are you coming across salesy? And so I kind of want to address that because I feel like the issue when we, me included, feel that way is because we're maybe picturing our posts on Facebook and we're just kind of plastering, but it has to be genuine connections. It's not selling on Facebook posts. It has to be reaching out to that person that you noticed their post sounded like they're depressed or that they're sitting around eating junk food. You have to just step out and reach out to them genuinely and with passion and say, listen, I noticed your post and it just made me feel compelled to connect with you. I'm so blessed because I've been with this company, Isogenics. I have this amazing nutrition and it's also provided me a way to earn income from home. Are you open to hearing more? Guys, the problem is y'all are really thinking about your posts. You're thinking about making these public brand posts on Facebook and being insensitive. It kind of is because you're not genuinely connecting with people. What if you, instead of putting the time into thinking about what you're posting, you put the time into connecting one-on-one with these people? Like, you have so many people in your network on Facebook, on Instagram. You know, now's the time to really dive in and study what they're posting and study what they're saying, what's going on in their life, and connect with them because you care, not making it so general, not putting it out there because you want people to flock to you, because it's the reason you're not comfortable with it is because it's not genuine, you guys. Your post on Facebook, just share your lifestyle, share truth, honesty, that you are staying healthy, like what your routine is, what you're, you know, even if you guys have seen, I've been very vulnerable about my ups and downs of how this all is affecting me. People really like when you're your true self. Struggles with homeschooling, whatever it is, people want to relate to you. But guys, don't think sharing Isogenics is making posts on Facebook like you are selling something and then you want people to flock to you and then you wonder why you're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable doing that because you know that that's not true, genuine connecting. It's not. Reaching out to your friend Sarah, who you know is just, you know, out of work and is losing money, and saying, hey, Sarah, listen, I know you're a hairdresser and you're not working right now, and I have a hairdresser on my team, and they just are so thankful for this extra money they're making with our company. It's a holistic, you know, health and wellness company. Are you open to hearing about it? I just thought I'd share. Guys, don't worry if they say yes or no. Does that make sense? I think you guys are so nervous because you're really thinking about like a billboard, like, I'm just going to put it all out there. No, you need to be making genuine one-on-one connections because you care about people and you know it's a solution for what they're going through. Your post, your public post that you're out there should just be your lifestyle. It should just be authentic. It shouldn't be all into that and expecting people to come to you. That's why it doesn't feel right, because it's not right. Does that make sense? So just go and connect with people. Like, it could be, they might say, no, thanks, I'm not open. Okay. Doesn't make you any less, but what if they say yes? You know, just like I told you, if Debbie Sherrick never felt comfortable to talk to somebody she just met about it, we wouldn't have the gift we would have. Okay. So, you know, and I know Flo has talked about this, just asking, how has this impacted you? Listen, I actually feel really blessed. I would love to share what I have. If it's for you, great. If it's not, no problem. Just be very nonchalant, but know that you're offering them a solution, that you're not like demanding that they take a look. Like, hey, if you resonate with it, great. The other thing is we will be, and I want to thank Flo because she actually brought this up, and it was something that the executive group and I were talking about, is weekly opportunity Zooms. And we had been talking about it, and we kind of put it on the back burner because we got so busy after my KO, and it's just the perfect time. And when Flo brought it up to me the other day, I was like, yeah, we have to get on this. So I'm putting together a PowerPoint that we are literally all able to use. Anybody can host it. You want to host it, all the slides are going to be there. It's going to be rinse and repeat. Every Thursday, 8:30 p.m., you know that whoever you're talking to can plug into this Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Zoom. And guys, just so you know what it's going to be about, it's going to be like more like, take a look. Are you open? Here's the basics. We're not going to overwhelm them. We're not going to go over a comp plan. We're not going to go over every ingredient in the product. It's going to be an overview to show what solutions we have, that there's a compensation plan that's very lucrative, and that we have an amazing culture, and that you can do this from home. That's what we're going to show. We're hoping it's going to be about 20, 25 minutes. We don't want it to be too long. Every Thursday night. So you guys know every week, get people on those calls, get people on those calls, get people on those calls. Everybody that you enroll that wants the products, hey, Thursday, 8:30, just please watch so you know what we offer. We offer more than just the products. I want you to understand, because I've been able to make an extra couple $100 a month and it's covering my products. Or I've been able to bring in an extra $1,000 a month and it's paying down my debt. Or I've been able to bring in extra money, so now that I'm out of work, I have this money I can build on. Just keep it honest, keep it true to you, use each other's stories, but that's what our plan is, guys. So the whole, I don't know if I feel insensitive. You want to know why you feel insensitive? I'm going to be really honest, because you guys are thinking about posting on Facebook and wanting people to reach out to you. It is insensitive. Go connect with people, leave them. That's why for some of you, I left an example of a voice clip. Hey, listen, I have something that you might want to take a look at. It's an online opportunity. You can make money online. It's very low startup, risk-free, whatever. But you have to just connect one-on-one. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, great. And thank you again, Randi. It was so good seeing you. Nice chatting with you too yesterday.
You're an incredible leader. And you know what? She's so right. It's, you know, a lot of times people connect and they want to do a sale right there. You get to know somebody. You have to know them. You have to be a part of their life. You have to be real. And if you do it that way, it becomes very easy to continue doing it that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like you're out hunting for someone to talk to. You know, people will be drawn to you, number one, because you listened and because you helped them. And pretty soon they'll bring someone else to you. And they'll say, I have this friend. Could you talk to her? Sometimes we talk to people for 2 or 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. I've had people who've come to our meetings over and over again, never joined. And then all of a sudden at the right time for them in their life, they join and they become incredibly good to work with. And you get excited because you see their dreams coming true. The other thing that I don't want you to forget before we close is we're still little princesses. We can still dream. So don't be afraid to dream for the things you want. Gina wanted this lifestyle. She wanted to do this. She wanted to live where you live now. She had dreams. If you don't have any dreams, where are you going? You know, you're just going through life day by day. Take time to write down and find somebody in your team, maybe Gina, maybe who else, somebody you're close to, and share one of your dreams with them. Because then you'll find that they'll be hoping for you too, and those dreams do come true. And it did for us, and it did for you, and I know it can for all of you. But don't be afraid to have a dream. You know, Tony just said it right. You know, you've just got to have something to work toward and believe that it can happen or it never will. And be outrageous. I like the outrageous dreams. You know, I've had people jumping out of airplanes. But whatever your dream is, it's not silly. It's not dumb. It's great if you dream it, and you can achieve it. And so grateful that you had Tony and I on tonight, because we love you guys.
It was great timing for your call. You know, when we even planned it, none of this was going on, but I feel the timing was so great because you guys have that longevity of this business and what that means to create what you guys have created, to really create that. And I just thank you for, you know, right away, always believing in Rod and I. And I just remember you saying that to me, just go out like you're building your empire, like your life depends on it. That's what you have to have, that mindset. Like, it's not just okay, when I feel like it would, like, even if you don't have time and it's a couple hours a day, but it's intentional. And it's like, I am building freedom. And freedom is not going to come easy, guys. It's not going to come like a couple posts. Oh, nobody commented. Oh no, that's not what it's about. And that's why I love that you guys built from belly to belly, presenting in front of people. You didn't even have any of this. I think sometimes people get too caught up in their social media persona. And that's what puts fear of, I don't want to be insensitive and that kind of stuff, is because you're thinking of social media persona, how you present, rather than just connecting with people. And it could be online, but you're privately connecting with them, not just putting something out there and expecting them to come to you. They do come to you guys eventually. I have a lot of people that come to me now 7 years in because I'm consistent. And like Randi said, they get drawn to the consistency of what you stand for, and they know my heart is in the right place. I'm not begging or trying to drag anybody to come with me, and I make it very clear, and that takes some consistency. But right now, as you're really building on what you really want to like help people, you've got to reach out and connect to them so they know you want to help them. You can't just plaster something on Facebook and they're going to think you're thinking of them. You know what I mean? So that's what I would think, that let's get off this call and think about our mindset, and are we worried because we're thinking about posting on Facebook? I think that that's where your fears are coming from, you guys. You're thinking about Facebook posts and you're thinking it's going to be insensitive, rather than genuinely reach out to your friend Hannah and saying, Hannah, listen, I know you're a personal trainer. We have a lot of personal trainers on our team, and this income has really helped them, and I thought of you. Are you open to taking a look? No thanks. Okay, next. That's what it is, guys. And it's okay to get the no thanks. It's okay, because guess what Hannah might do is she might say no thanks. And I don't know if you guys saw that post by James McLeod years ago. Did you see that, Randi?
I saw that.
Years ago, the guy said, didn't write back to him. Now he goes, hey, are you still doing that same thing? How do you get to travel so much?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we got to make those connections. But do you notice, like, all the leaders, they're connecting with people. They're not just expecting to post something. Mm-hmm. And then, and you know, we always say don't post and pray, but I still think it's stuck in your head. I think that's why you guys have a lot of fear about building your business right now, is because you're thinking about posts instead of genuinely connecting.
And then it's about them. It's not about you. And if you meet with somebody, we used to say, if you don't know the color of their eyes, you haven't really met them. So actually look into their eyes and listen to what they have to say. It may not even be about. It may not be, well, you can meet people online and you can talk to them on FaceTime. But, you know, when you're with somebody, even when you're online, I would look into your eyes and kind of listen when you're talking so you know where they're at. And then you appreciate them, and then you learn to love them, and then they become family. But even while you're online, I mean, you can do it when you FaceTime somebody. I can FaceTime my grandchildren and know immediately if I need to call one of them back alone. When we're in a group, you know, we see them on the thing and I'm watching their faces, and I'll know I need to maybe call McKenna. Maybe need to say, how are you? What's up in your life? Same thing with girlfriends, you know, sisters. You think you know your family even. Sometimes we don't. So take the moment to make it all about them.
Yeah, and I think Nicole wrote something that somebody else, another network marketer, kind of approached her. And, you know, and we don't want to be like that either, you know, where you're just like, oh, take a look at my opportunity. No, you want to have a genuine connection and reason. So if you don't already feel, like I said, like you notice something that they posted, or you know for a fact that they told you that they're out of work, or that they complained about something, or that there's a lot of people going through a lot right now. Genuinely connect, guys, one-on-one. Your stories on Instagram and Facebook and your posts should just be a glimmer of you, of what you're about, what your lifestyle is about, how you're dealing with things, your family life, your hobbies, your pets. You shouldn't think of your post and your stories as you recruiting. It's not recruiting, you guys. I'm sorry. It's attracting, and it's going to help a little bit, but recruiting is one-on-one. And it could be done online, one-on-one. Okay. So I hope that maybe clears up a lot of this worry about, I hear quite a few of you reached out about how to recruit, because you guys are thinking how to post, not how to recruit. So let's make sure we know the difference. Recruiting is one thing, posting is another. Does that make sense? Are you guys charged up? Are you ready to change some lives? Like, we have a great solution. I'm pumped up because we're going to change so many lives. So, so good to see you all. And of course, Randy and Tony, thank you guys so much. It was
Our
just
pleasure.
an honor to have you guys share and to hear more about those beginning stages. I always find it so fascinating. All right, guys. Well, I hope that you guys got something out of this and that we're ready to rock, and keep a lookout for those weekly calls. I think they're going to be a tremendous help for everybody to plug into, and then you guys can start stepping up and hosting them, and it's going to be such great duplication there. So we're super pumped, guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. And thank you again, Randy and Tony.
Thank you for having us.